A very big welcome to you, my dear Sagittarius. So today the moon is in your sign, and I'm using that as the power to read through the subconscious, through the grandmothers, the message that wants to come to you today, right? Moon in Sagittarius, and the Sagittarius energy is all about blending. It's all about how do we connect to the opposite, how we united fire and water, right? Masculine and feminine. And so this is what is talking today through the moon, through the feelings, through the subconscious. And of course, the sun is in Capricorn today, and Capricorn is the 15th major arcana, and you are the 14th major arcana, and you are now going to the right again. We were reading 6 months to the left to your new moon, and now you are going back out to your full moon. So the sun, which is here in this deck, the rebirth, the awakening to who you want to be in the world, is coming here through Capricorn, through success, through this showing your personality in the way you climbing up the mountain, right? And so the 15th major arcana, the 14th major arcana, both have a 10 inside. That is Jupiter. And Jupiter rules you. So Jupiter in the tarot is always this ideal, the worthiness, and that's the wheel of fortune. And here in your deck, it's the harvest. What have you gained so far, right? And then here the 5 and the 4. The 4 is the Emperor, is the ability to be a leader. The five senses, and the Hierophant, the ability to be a teacher. Here when we calculate together we get a 5, here we get a 6, and so the 5 appears when you combine that, and then the 6, when we calculate these two together, we get the 11, a portal. And the 6 is self-love. 6 is I show to the world what I'm capable of, and as such you get why this is a special day today, right, where I'm able to do the reading. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn are the borders, the lessons, and in the tarot that is the world. And the world here in your deck is the dancer. We dance, we have achieved what we want to have for the whole world, and as such we can be an inspiration. And so you see the message is coming very clear already through just these two cards. The yoga position for Capricorn is Nataraj Asana, the dancer's pose, and we don't work ourselves up, we dance ourselves up. For you it's the Paschimottanasana, the going deep within, finding within you the guardian angel that you are. And so bow down to yourself, right? So this today, to the sun and the moon, sun in Capricorn giving the light to the moon in your sign, and as such the opportunity is there for me to read this reading for you. You are here in this deck the eagle. You fly high, you are ambitious, is your birthday between November 13 and December 11, then is this your court card? If not, look in the description, I have listed them all there. As a Sagittarius, you love to discover the world. That's what you love, right? That's where Jupiter comes in, that's where the manifestation comes in. You love to create new opportunities. And you're the 9th zodiac sign, and as such also connected to the 9th house of learning and believing. And you see here the chakra system along the spine, and that makes you go up and fly and be like an eagle in the sky. Back to the last reading, right, where you had Sun and New Moon both in your sign. Pluto in Aquarius said was the big message, because on the 19th of November, Pluto finally stepped into Aquarius. And Aquarius is the star, is an air sign. And Pluto is, in the tarot, the last judgment, the call, right? And in that call, you are getting the message, you create your own paradise now. So that was your last reading to the left. And I read to the left because I want you to become aware that the right and the left are two different things. Nevertheless, they unite and create the whole. And that's where the blending comes in. You see that one is giving the energy to the other and the other is receiving, and that's what the masculine and the feminine does naturally, and in there is a cycle. So you create your own paradise now is a big message, right? Because I think you are realizing more and more how powerful you are, right? To be an eagle, to be the number 9 here as a court card, as a personality. But here you're the 14, which then becomes the 5, a teacher. You can be a teacher, a beautiful teacher, but you can also be someone that maybe gets stuck, right, in climbing the ladder, in being cut off from source, right, from the true source. Here the source is watered down. It's very beautiful how they created here through Capricorn this kind of obsession, or also this kind of shadow side where we think it's so beautiful to have a rose in a vase, but for the rose it's right, it's the end. So I'm just looking if there is a reoccurring card that wants to talk again, and it looks like you got it. So I think we can begin. I don't see a reoccurring card, and as such we begin the reading. So we look first at you as a court card, as the eagle, as the number 9, as the completion, flying up in the sky. And you are getting the devil. And yes, the devil is the trickster here in your deck. And yes, the devil, when we calculate the 15 together, the liberation comes, the third eye, where the snake is pointing at. You find deep within you the answer of liberation, of freedom from obsession, from fear, from the shadow side. And here as the trickster, you see it's someone that comes and does something to the people, but he's also someone that doesn't really exist. We created it. And so the 9 and the 15 is the 6, right? We get a 15 again. So in this flight up here, we think we're in the freedom. We are all the way up there, but remember, you also need to come down into this world and show to the world who you are, and that's where the 6 comes in. The 6 is self-love that you find in your third eye. So what is the devil or Capricorn saying? And Capricorn is bringing you the Knight of Cups, and that's Pisces. And the Knight of Cups is love. He holds the cup and he wants to give as much love, or searches for love, right? So sometimes we think he wants to give love, but in a way he's searching for it. and he's offering it, and he's proud of it, and he goes out to the right. Right? If I had placed him here, then it's going towards the devil, but he walks away from it, right? And so you see that when someone goes to the right, it's this external perspective of a person or a thing. But then when I become the card, I see he is actually going to the left. He's going introverted towards itself. That's where love is. You find love within. And so this is the 12. Here's the 15. We get the 6 and the 3 is the 9. The completion. So you have a 9-9 portal here, letting you know you need to understand that the numbers never lie, and the numbers give you the right information. The pictures are beautiful, right? But numbers, they are very clear. So the 3, so the 12 is also the Hanged Man, right? And in the Hanged Man is we let go of this so that we can become the 3 Venus, the Empress. So what is Pisces saying? And Pisces is bringing you the 3 of Wands, which is Sun in Aries. And it's called guidance. And look at that. Now here, this angel is coming towards the Knight of Cups. And you see that she is somehow looking away from where she is going. She's going to the left. She's going towards the Knight of Cups. And so a cycle closes here. And the 3 and the 3, when we calculate the 12 together, right? Jupiter and the High Priestess, when they come together, the 3 comes to you, then there is a 33. And the 33 is mastery, is a portal. So see that the Sun in Aries, when that moment comes, the spring equinox is happening. And the spring equinox is equal day, equal night. And then you have found your mastery. So you learning to trust that you create something that is of significance here. You are establishing the fruits of the work to walk away from attachments, to walk away from energies that don't serve you anymore, that have tricked you to believe that there is something to be gained, but it's not staying. It's something that is fleeting. And so the 6 and the 3 is the 12 and the 3 is the 15. Again, the 15, remember, right? The 6 is left. The 6 and the 9, the 15. Always the 15. The 15 is almost like saying, watch what this month is coming in through the sun, right? How do you want to show yourself to the people? But I leave the 33, the 6 and the 9 is the 15, the 6 is left, right? And so this is the story so far. But I also want to see what is the Mother Peace Tarot bringing, and it's bringing you the Queen of Pentacles upside down, and that's Capricorn. Now, I rarely see like the Major Arcana and the Court card together like that. And so this is saying, well, observe, right? You have her upside down. She is the Queen of Pentacles. Here upright, she's doing yoga. She looks to the right, but you know it comes from within. Now in the reverse, there is something that's saying maybe you're still a little attached to what's going on here, because the 15 and the 10 is the 25, and there is the 20, there is Pluto, there is the message, you create your own paradise now, so don't get attached, right, through the sun that is bringing you now the light, right, today, where the moon is in your sign, so that you can see what is really going on deep in my subconscious. And so the 7 is left from the 25, and that's the crown chakra. That's the emotional intelligence that we need to become a spiritual messenger. The 7 and the 9, we get, of course, the 16, the tower. Things gotta go, and maybe that's why it's reversed, right? To think that you are attached to this Capricorn personality that brings certain energies with it, which is then, of course, here the trickster, right? So observe that. Then the 16, the 7 is left. The 7 is letting you know that you can become someone that understands everything here in the crown chakra. So we have the 7 and here the 33, which I'm not gonna calculate together. So this is what here the eagle brings to you. Observe and watch how that makes you feel, because that's who you are, right? That's your physical energy. Then we look into the Wheel of Fortune, the harvest. And what is the Wheel of Fortune bringing? It's bringing you Eve. Eve is here the number 16, so there is something deep within her. For me, it's kind of like this is Venus, right? This is the Empress. But the 16 brings the 10, here the 10, and the 6, Capricorn, right? So she is called the evil personality that gave the apple to Adam, but she's the one that holds the fruit, and she's the one that gives birth to the next generation. So the 16 becomes the 7. Have the emotional intelligence to understand the stories that are told through the skies, through the planets, through the constellations. And that's where the harvest comes in, as the 10 and the 7 is the 17. That's Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius said, you create your own paradise once you understand how the stories have been told from a long, long, long time ago, right? The 17 turns into an 8, and the 8 is have the strength to discern and to see the things that for some reason just doesn't make sense. What is coming from your deck? The 4 of Pipes, Venus in Aries. You have the 3 of Pipes and the 4 of Pipes. So here's the Empress, here's the Emperor. Understand that the 3 and the 4 is the 7. So you have a 7-7 portal. Become aware of your actions. Become aware that you are guided. Become aware that you can celebrate. Become aware that Venus in Aries is this enormous joyous moment where this couple has built their first home and they're enjoying what they're doing here, right? And so the 16 and the 4 is a 20, and that's again Pluto. Pluto is bringing you a clear message that's saying you create, you know how to be excited. And so we see the 10 and the 4 is the 14, that's you, Temperance, right? The 16, so here the 7 and here the 5, the 12 appears again, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man or the Knight of Cups. Remember, he brings love, and we need love when we unite. We need really understanding how to pour this energy into the cup so that we feel validated, right? And so it's very important. The 20 and the 10 is the 30, right? We had here the 20. The 3, the Empress, is coming again. So also the 12, we had the 3s left, right? And understand, here comes the feminine aspect. Here comes the 3, the Empress, the Venus aspect. And Venus in Aries is here as well. What is coming from the Mother Piece Tarot? The Temperance is coming to the left down. So Temperance is pointing down at Eve. And Temperance, look at her. She's a goddess. She's dancing. You see the fire, you see the water, and she is dancing. And so the 14 is coming and letting you know that you are now understanding Eve as this energy that gives birth to opportunities. So the 5 and the 7, again we get a 12 here, right? Because she's pointing over to her. And the 12 again, the Hangman, we let go, that's Neptune, and we let go and dive deep down, and the 3 appears again. The 3 and the 4 again, the 7 and the 10, we get the 17. So learn everything there is to learn, and see from Aquarius perspective down. It's a star, and you the closest to the star up there as an eagle. So you understand, right, that messages are so clear. What is Temperance saying? You get the 7 of stones. And the 7 of stones is learning to bring in the fruits of labor. The 7 here with this 16, the 7, a 7-7 portal, right? And you see that she has worked hard to bring all the food into her cabin so that she can survive over the winter time. This is Saturn in Taurus, and Saturn is the world. So the world is learning to make sure that we survive the winter time, the dark time. That's what Capricorn is. It's the winter time. And so you have a 7-7 with Eve, and Eve is the one that is clever enough to know that. She works and she makes sure that we have enough food to survive, right? And so the 5 and the 7 again, a 12. So the 12 is very clearly coming a lot to you. The 12 either as a hangman or here as the 12 zodiac sign, Pisces. The love that we give into being who we are, the love that we give into what we're doing, the labor that we're putting in. And you understand very clearly that the 3 is left here. The 3 and the 4 again is a 7, a 7-7. And in that 7-7, you know that you have manifested all of this. You know that you have created this, and that you are safe, that you know that this is letting you know you are in a good place, right? And then comes you, right? As a soul aspect, here the blending, you get the 10 of pipes. Now the 10 of pipes is interesting because that's Saturn in Sagittarius. So Saturn is here, the world, through Capricorn, right? And so Capricorn today is pushing you. You get 10 wands, you had 3 wands and 4 wands, that's 7 and 10, 17 wands. 17 wands, again, that's Aquarius. So observe if you're doing too much. The 14 is the 5 and the 10, again, the 15. The 15, don't get attached to what you're doing and how you're doing it. Let go and come into the 6, come into the love. Understand that here the 17 wands is the 8. Have the strength to not be oppressed, to not be pushed. What is Capricorn saying? The 5 of wands. I mean, you get a lot of wands today. So you have altogether 22 wands. Look at this. 10 and 5 is again the 15. Again, right? Capricorn is doing something to you. Then we have 17. That's 22 wands. And the 22 is Uranus. That's the Fool. That's a new beginning. Beginning you to see how you work with all of these wands. This is Saturn in Leo. This is Saturn in Sagittarius. And so the world, Saturn, the border, and all of this is working on you. Become a dancer, because that's why I gave here Capricorn, the dancer pose. Don't work, dance. Dance yourself up into the success. So the 5 and the 5 is the 5-5 portal, but all of this is 20. The 20 again, Pluto in Aquarius. You feel it. So 15 once is 6, 6, and the 5 is the 11. A portal comes here to you. The inner knowledge that you can learn from all of this. What is the Mother Peace Tarot saying? To the left, up, you get the 5 of Cups, which is Mars in Scorpio. And the 5 is pointing here at the 10 of Wands. That's the oppression. That's Saturn in Sagittarius. Now Mars in Scorpio, you have no other cups, but you have the Knight of Cups. So the 12 and the 5 here is the 17. That's Aquarius. You gotta learn now that Aquarius is an air sign, that Aquarius is bringing a lot of information, and that you learning that here this type of sadness that the 5 of Cups is all about, right? Because Mars in Scorpio is intense, because Mars is here, Sun in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is the fighter. You're fighting, and you're sad because you see that you maybe have been hard on yourself. You have been oppressed, or you still may be oppressed, and you're still fighting your way out of it. But you have 22 wands, remember? You can begin new. You can create a revolution. That's what Uranus is all about. A new beginning, a revolution, the new generation. So a 5-5 portal. And here the 10, remember we had the 10 here with the Capricorn as a court card, the Queen of Pentacles. She's reverse, so start turning her around and see. She sees what's happening here with the 10 of Wands, a 10-10. Do yoga, liberate yourself, come out of it, and see that the 10 and the 5 to 15, right? You did have the devil. You did have the trickster. This trickster is tricking you into believing that you should do certain things. And so there's also 5. 5, 5, 5. 3 times 5. And I think you understand 3 times, 4 times 5, because you came up, right, as here this goddess, as this shaman. So 4 times 5 have the heart, like here the Knight of Cups is bringing you the heart to know that you are protected, that you have this guardian angel, that you have a guidance that is helping you to come out of this, that is helping you also to turn this around. And that you have Eve. Eve is here. You have the 7. And you had the 7 of stones. Right? And at the beginning you had the 3 and the 4 of pipes. That was also a 7. I mean, the numbers are really clear, really letting you know. 4 times the 5. Go into your heart and you know what there is to do. And you know that all of this can be changed. Just know that you're walking towards your guardian angel, because you are a guardian angel. So now Pisces is helping you. Maybe in the month of Pisces, when the sun is in Pisces, you see this and you feel this and come out of a difficult situation, because I mean this is quite intense, right? But here's also 7, the liberation here in the crown chakra, and this is where the learning and believing is coming here, the crown chakra. That's where your emotional intelligence is, and that's where your freedom is flying away. Wow, what a beautiful message. I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the sun in Aquarius. Aquarius came up a few times, the 17, right? And there you're going to see that you're learning, that you're evolving. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.